And do you think UFC fighters are going to start getting paid more and more now? Because at the moment, I think they're not getting exactly what they deserve.
Well, you know, I want the fighters to make millions and millions of dollars. Whatever they can make, I want them to make. But I will tell you that in mixed martial arts, in the sport, the UFC is the highest paying organization. I know when some of these fighters, like a Rampage Jackson, who, for instance, when I first announced him some 15 years ago, he made $500 that night.
Yeah. When
he came back to the UFC, he made reportedly somewhere over 12, 13 million in 3 years. So is that not getting paid a lot of money?
Well, just relative to what the sport makes as a whole, I think the fighters don't get compensated as much.
Well, I think that they do get compensated well, and could they get compensated better? I'm sure they could, but one thing that people have to understand, if you look at a top rank, then by my estimation, if you look at a top rank boxing, if you look at a Golden Boy with all the fights they put on, the overhead in these organizations and the amount of money that they spend on a promotion is a fraction of what the UFC spends.
Mm-hmm.
The UFC has 500 plus employees, has 560 plus fighters on the payroll, is a universally marketed and promoted event to the tune of millions of dollars. And if I'm not mistaken, Dana White came out that the July 11th card, which is already sold out, with Conor McGregor and Jose Aldo going to war in the octagon, even if they do 1 million or more buys, they may just break even. Why? Because of all the money they spend marketing.
Because they're trying to like boost the sport now.
Well, to run a business, you've got to, everything in business, I teach branding and marketing to companies. First thing I tell them is you can have a diamond in your hand and a piece of coal. If you market this piece of coal correctly, people are going to perceive it as a diamond, they're going to buy it.
Sure.
If you don't market this diamond correctly, it's going to look like a piece of coal, nobody's going to buy it. I don't care how great your product is, and the UFC has the greatest fighting product in the world. It's all about marketing, and that's what Zuffa does. That's what Dana and the Fertitta brothers do. They market correctly, and they spend a ton of money doing it.
And it's working.
It's working, and the fighters, yes, everybody would like to make more money. But you know what? When a guy was making 500 or a couple thousand a fight a few years ago, and now he's pulling down heavy 6 figures a year, I still think that's quite a great career.